Hey, Michael. Thanks, you guys. Much appreciated. And thanks to you at home for joining us this hour. Really happy to have you here. We are having a moment of sort of unbelievably dramatic news. News that's like if you were pitching a movie, the people you were pitching it to would say, no, that's too over the top. We can't do that. Denmark reportedly sent soldiers just a few weeks ago. They sent soldiers to Greenland armed with explosives and blood supplies. The explosives were to blow up the runways at airports in Greenland, and the blood supplies were in anticipation of combat casualties in a conflict with the United States. That is, if the U.S. could find a way to put U.S. troops on the ground in Greenland without landing on the blown-up airfields. Think about that for a second. I mean, Denmark, it's freaking Denmark. They are literally and officially our ally, but they had to send troops out with live ammunition and blood supplies and live explosives, not for an exercise, not for training, but on a real deployment on which they planned to disable the airfields in Greenland to protect their territory against us, against the United States. You may also recall that Denmark is in NATO. So if Trump actually does try to use military force to take Greenland, we will be at war with all of NATO. But now I guess we know how it would start. Too dramatic? Too far-fetched? Oh, wait, there's more. Consider Hungary right now. The authoritarian leader in Hungary, Viktor Orban, keeps getting visits from top U.S. officials. He just got one from Secretary of State Marco Rubio. He's supposed to host Vice President J.D. Vance very soon. Trump did a creepy video endorsement for Viktor Orban this weekend. Our government is doing everything they can to try to sort of fluff Viktor Orban right now, to prop him up, because Hungary is having elections next month. And if Viktor Orban allows those elections to go forward, it really looks like he's going to lose. So our authoritarian government is trying to prop up his authoritarian government with these big public shows of support. But because the news is the way it is right now, I also have to tell you that Russia is approaching this same task with a bit more style. New reporting from the Washington Post this weekend. Headline: to tilt Hungarian election, Russians proposed staging assassination attempt. Quote, in the run-up to Hungary's pivotal election in April, Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service last month began sounding the alarm over plummeting public support for Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, whose friendly ties to Moscow have long given the Kremlin a strategic foothold inside NATO and the European Union. Officers from the SVR, Russian military intelligence, suggested that drastic action might be necessary to help Orban, a strategy they called the game changer. SVR operatives said the game changer would, quote, fundamentally alter the entire paradigm of the election campaign. And what was the game changer? The game changer was, quote, the staging of an assassination attempt on Viktor Orban. Washington Post reporting that to try to help Orban in his election, the Russians have already mounted social media campaigns to boost Orban, much as they did for Donald Trump. They've used fake allegations against Orban's political enemies. They've used fake AI-generated videos to spread wild smears against opposition candidates. But they also apparently were plotting to fake an assassination attempt against Viktor Orban in order to get people to rally behind him. Too dramatic? Too over the top? Not believable enough? Oh, but wait, we've also still got the Strait of Hormuz shut down, choked off as a result of the U.S. President, Donald Trump, inexplicably starting a war with Iran for reasons he has yet to explain and with goals he has yet to credibly articulate. This weekend, President Trump announced a no ifs, ands, or buts ultimatum that if Iran doesn't open up the shipping lanes in the Strait of Hormuz by today, by Monday, Trump promised he would commit a capital W, capital C war crime. He said he would bomb Iran's civilian power plants, starting, quote, with the biggest one first. That was the ultimatum as of Saturday. He would do that today, unless the Strait of Hormuz opened up. Today rolled around, and even though it's not even yet Taco Tuesday, Trump nevertheless backed down. He announced that he has delayed his planned war crime because there are now new talks, he says, happening between us and the